So recently, DC Fandome happened, so I just knocked my glasses off my face, so already off to a good start. So, let me try this again. So recently, just a couple days ago, DC Fandome happened, and they released a lot of new content about their upcoming films and TV shows, video games, whatnot. And I thought I'd look over most everything. I didn't watch everything because, honestly, there's plenty of stuff I'm not going to watch regardless, so let's just jump right into it. First one, and I think this is probably was the most surprising thing to show up at Fandom, and definitely the most popular thing to come out of it, was a 1-minute teaser for the Flash movie that comes out next November. Now, I was not against, unlike most people who were completely against Ezra Miller's Flash, even in the original Justice League, but all of a sudden came back around when it was Zack Snyder's Justice League because they have to act like he's a fucking brilliant mastermind by picking this guy, even though they shit on him for having the exact same scenes in the theatrical cut, so that's definitely Snyder bandwagon right there. I was never against Miller's Flash. I think he was better in Whedon's Justice League because he was better written. He actually had something resembling character development, and he had less really bad jokes outside of that one brunch joke that shouldn't have been in there to begin with. But I never thought he was a terrible Flash. The problem is, it's not Barry Allen. If you wanted to cast Ezra Miller, that's fine, but make it... He acts like Wally West. This guy, I don't have a problem with him as Flash. I don't have a problem with him as an actor either, but this just isn't Barry Allen. And it makes it even worse by the suit looked like garbage. It was this stupid armor thing that looked all janky. They had the electric discharge for some reason. Whenever he runs, everything, it just kind of flashes around him. Flashes. But that was dumb, and the worst thing even about it was the lightning was blue for some reason. Why? Because Snyder has no idea what the fuck he's doing with these characters. He doesn't understand these characters one bit. This movie fixes a lot of those problems. The suit gets a huge upgrade, minus the stupid... What's up with that cowl, though? I have seen pretty much everybody who has posted about this online, on social media, everything. They always say, yeah, I like the suit, but what's up with the cowl? It looks like trash. Well, we thought the helmet-looking thing from Season 5 of the CW Flash was bad. Why does it have, the flaps on the side that, go down like this? What is this cowl? It shows a few... It doesn't show much, because, again, it's a 1-minute teaser for a film that's still in production. But it does show quite a bit. It makes it clear that this is Flashpoint. You get to hear Michael Keaton's Batman, and you get to see... Well, the back of his cowl, but that's it. You get to see that there are two Barry Allens, one of which is wearing the Batman suit that was painted with the Flash colors. Everybody thought this was going to be Red Death, and honestly, it'd probably be cooler than what they're probably going to do with that. He's probably going to be the villain. It's probably going to be like a dark Flash kind of thing. But I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I guarantee I think Red Death would probably be... Making that character Red Death would probably be a lot cooler than what they're probably going to do. You get to see a brief glimpse of Supergirl. You get to see... a blink and you miss it, Iris West. You blink... Because I know that because I missed it the first time. I watched it a second time, and then I noticed, oh, hey, it's Iris West. But... This looks like a step in the right direction, at least for this franchise. I'm not going to go all these in release order, because obviously I'm already out of order, so who cares. But this looks like a step in the right direction for the DCU. Then again, so did Wonder Woman, and DC's back to its old shitty roots now, so whether it is or not, they're going to regress at some point. Next up, we get a second trailer for The Batman. When this movie was first announced, I had flashbacks to Joker. And that's not a good thing, because I thought Joker looked like garbage, and I was right. I hate Joker. I don't know why people like that. But then I saw the first trailer, and I thought... I did a reaction to the original The Batman trailer back in last year's DC Fandom, and I thought, okay, this actually looks like it has some potential to it. This trailer, pretty much more of the same, really. We get to see some new stuff, we get to see more of Colin Farrell's Penguin. First time I didn't even notice that was Colin Farrell. It's some brilliant makeup work. We can see the briefest of glimpses at Riddler. You can see way more of Catwoman, even though I don't think Zoe Kravitz was a very good casting choice. Yeah, there's that thing in Hollywood nowadays where whitewashing is a problem, but if you change a white character to a character of color, nope, that's totally fine, which is utter bullshit. They're doing it with Disney's Little Mermaid. They did it with they did it with Iris West in the CW shows. Now they're doing it with Catwoman, and they're doing it with Batgirl with that upcoming film. I have nothing to say about the Batgirl film. It was like one picture of concept art, and that's it. So nothing to talk about there. But that's getting a little irritating, that people can get away with that, but people do the opposite, and people flip their shit. But whatever. I'm not sure if Kravitz is that good of a choice for Catwoman, but I don't know, see how it plays out. I was on board with Pattinson the day he was announced, because I'm like, okay, this guy's a great actor. I don't care if he was in Twilight. He clearly didn't give a shit in Twilight, so he's a good actor, so I'm excited to see what he does as Batman. We get to see Andy Serkis's Alfred, and I thought that was odd that he was playing Alfred, but honestly, he looks like he could do the part just fine. I like Andy Serkis, so he'll probably be good. We saw a bit of Commissioner Gordon, another example of the race change, which is so stupid. And even Zack Snyder's, even Justice League got that one right. And honestly, I think J.K. Simmons should have just been brought back for this. He was awesome, and he deserved more scenes. There was another character. Why can't I think of the other character that was... Oh, Carmine Falcone is in this, played by John Turturro, but I don't think we saw him. I definitely don't remember seeing John Turturro, so... But yeah, this looks like more of the same. I think this movie will probably be... I don't think it's going to be a big masterpiece like everybody's hyping it up to be. Everyone's hyping up like, oh, this is going to be the greatest film of all time. That's what every DC fan does now. Every DC film that comes out is going to be the next biggest masterpiece. Everybody praise about The Dark Knight being a fucking masterpiece. And it's not a masterpiece. It's a great film. I love Dark Knight. I like Dark Knight, but it's not a masterpiece. And I don't think this will be either. I think this one will be decent. I think it'll be from decent to good. I don't think it's going to be fantastic. I don't think it's going to be bad. I don't know. It's DC. They might fuck it up. Black Adam. I have no interest in this film whatsoever. I don't care if it does The Rock. I don't care if it does Pierce Brosnan. I don't care about this movie. Am I going to see it? Obviously, because I'm going to watch it for a review, but really, I shouldn't have to, because this movie looks so freaking lame. The scene they showed was just him killing some people. Yeah, that looked kind of cool for a second, but the very idea of just making a Black Adam movie is just dumb. And yeah, we'll get to Shazam 2 in a bit, but I just don't think this is going to be good. It doesn't help by the presence of Noah Centineo playing Atom Smasher. That's such horrible casting right there. And not only that, I can't fucking stand Noah Centineo, so that's a red flag right off the bat. But I just have no interest in this film whatsoever. The concept art looks fine, but honestly, the concept art for Rise of Skywalker looks cool, and that movie was garbage, so that literally means nothing. But again, that's another movie that I think is just going to be either middle of the road or terrible. That movie might actually end up sucking. Hell, Flash could end up sucking. That actually looks cool, but it could end up being a disaster. Aquaman 2. This was all just behind the scenes footage, so there's not much to talk about here, but honestly, all of these look cool. That's the entire point of DC Fandome. It's not supposed to say, oh, it has this really deep meaning behind all this stuff. No, it's just there to give you cool shots to look at. That's it. That's what DC Fandome is. That's why I didn't actually watch it. I just watched all the trailers. That's what they were posted on YouTube. And yeah, the concept art looks cool again, but honestly, I think Black Manta would be a stronger villain in this one if he wasn't already introduced in the first movie. Because in the first movie, he was wasted. That was one of my biggest problems with Aquaman. Not only were they trying to give us sympathy for these merciless pirates who their first scene was killing everybody, all these innocent people just doing their job, and then try to give them a tender father-son moment. Fuck. Tonal consistency? What's that? And, I like the first Aquaman. But we saw what happened with one... So you're like, okay, you like the first Aquaman, why wouldn't this one be good? Well, guess what? I also thought the first Wonder Woman was decent. Second one is a shit show. This one can end up being in the same vein, and we'll get to another example of that in a bit, but I don't think it'll be relevant on that one. You'll see what I mean in a second. DC League of Super Pets. Why does this exist? Why are The Rock and Kevin Hart in this? They showed like a little teaser for it because a trailer comes out next month apparently. It wasn't funny. I could say all I want is like, oh, this is a stupid idea. Oh, who asked for a Super Pets movie? I could say that all I want, but the very point of this is that it's a comedic animated film with talking super animals. Okay, okay, whatever. It's like Secret Life of Pets just with superheroes. But it begs the question, when it's trying to be a comedy, when it's not funny, that's when it becomes a problem. And what it showed wasn't fun. Most of it was 30 seconds of a dog voiced by Kevin Hart pissing on a statue. That's what the majority of it was. And I guarantee that'll be what the majority of the trailers do. That'll have that long shot of that dog taking a piss on a statue during that trailer. Guaranteed. So, not interested in that. It's gonna suck. I don't care who's in it. I know The Rock and Kevin Hart were great in the Jumanji movies together, and I can't wait for the third one when that eventually comes out, because I'm pretty sure that is confirmed, but it's taken a while to get that thing made. But this looks so bad. This is probably one of the few ones on here that looked really bad. Shazam! Fury of the Gods probably is the most promised out of all of these. I like the first Shazam. The villains look pretty cool. I like Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. They look pretty badass in this. Apparently Helen Mirren's is Calypso. Okay, cool. I don't know who Lucy Liu's character is. I don't think they said, but... And this one, you can tell they're going big. With the first one of my biggest problems is that it was constrained. Not only because it only had like a budget of like $100 million, but so did Venom, and even that was bigger scale than Shazam. And the fight scenes were awful. I don't care how good that movie is. The fight scenes and the special effects at times are shit. It looks like they're upping the action in this one. They even say that. They're putting a big focus on, oh yeah, we're upping the action, we're upping the scale, because they're going to like Athens, like into the realm of the gods, which is basically Olympus. So that's cool. It looks like they're trying to up their game. This might be the one DC sequel that might actually be pretty good. Because again, Aquaman 2 could suck. And Wonder Woman 2 sucked. So, Suicide Squad 2 sucked. So, this one looks like one of the few ones that actually works. I don't know what Rachel Ziegler's character is supposed to be. I guess she's supposed to be some kind of love interest for Freddy, I guess? I have a feeling they're going to pull some twists out of their ass where she's working with the villains or something. I guarantee it. And I'm going to be pissed if they do that. But, yeah, that one looks like it has the most promise out of these. And then second place would probably be either the Batman or the Flash. They're probably intertwined there. Next, we come to the video games, which is Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, the Suicide Squad one, what is their obsession with the Suicide Squad recently? 2016, we get a shitty movie. 2018, we get a mediocre at best animated movie. 2021, we get another mediocre at best movie. Now 2022, we're getting a fucking video game. What is their obsession with the Suicide Squad when most of that content is terrible? I don't like the Suicide Squad in the comics, so why would I like this? I'm probably going to end up playing the game, but Jesus Christ. Also, the gameplay doesn't look too bad. I don't think they actually showed any gameplay. I think it was a story trailer. But the story doesn't make any sense. It's like they're there to like fight some villain, I guess. I don't know. And then all of a sudden their mission changes to kill the Justice League. Why? I don't know. If it was like something like an alternate universe where the Justice League started to go rogue and kill everyone, like that awful Injustice movie that came out. Well, actually, it comes out tomorrow, or Tuesday or something like that. But I've already got a review of that up, so you can go watch that, and you know I thought that was dog shit. But that's not the thing I want to talk about. Like, you know how I mentioned Flash's cowl in the Flash movie that looks like shit? What is up with the suit in this one? It looks awful. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this design. We also saw John Stewart's Green Lantern. Okay, nothing much to talk about there. So, yeah. And then we got Gotham Knights, which is Nightwing, Red Hood, Batgirl, and Tim Drake's Robin. I'm glad they didn't throw Batwoman in there, but again, this kind of looks like more of the same. I guarantee it's going to have very similar gameplay to the Arkham games, and it's gonna move the same. You're gonna fight people the same, just slightly different. It'll probably be like Arkham Knight, where you were able to fight as Tim Drake's Robin or as Nightwing. It's probably gonna be similar to that. So yeah, not much to talk about there. Then we come to the TV shows. First thing I want to talk about is the Flash show. And what I want to talk about is, why was there nothing for the Flash show? Season 8 premieres next month, and we have nothing for it. We have a couple of set photos, but that's it. And it premieres in less than a month at this point. What? I know it's gonna suck, and I know the entire season is going to be dedicated to figuring out Iris's time sickness, and yeah, a plot revolved around Iris. That won't piss anybody off. This season is already shaping up to be the worst one, and that says a lot. Season 7 was awful. But yeah, we are getting the gold boots, but we are in the Flash movie too. That's all their marketing is based around, hey, we finally gave him the gold boots, which we should have done 8 years ago. Fuck you. You should have given it to him 8 years ago. Fuck the all leather pants thing. Give them the freaking boots. And they finally did, but that's what they're banking their marketing on. And that's pathetic. Even the Flash movie, you barely saw the gold boots. The only time you could really see them was in the scene where he, basically goes back in time to his childhood home. I'm guaranteeing that's where Flashpoint occurs. That's him going, him ending up in the past when, I'm guessing, Reverse Flash kills his mom. We haven't really seen much. I don't even know if Reverse Flash is going to be in it. Is the alternate Barry Allen going to be Reverse Flash? Oh, that'll piss me off so bad if they do that, but I'm getting off topic. So that's just odd that they didn't have anything. They had something for Batwoman Season 3, which I didn't watch any of the other trailers for any of the CW shows. I didn't watch the Farewell to Supergirl. I watched 3 episodes of that, and I cringed so bad that I had to turn it off, and I never put it on again. The only Supergirl episode I've watched since then was the one for Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's it. Legends of Tomorrow, never had any interest in. Never seen a single episode outside of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Batwoman, again, outside of Crisis, nothing, because that show is just... All it is social justice nonsense. The same reason I watch Black Lightning. Same reason I didn't like Luke Cage. So, I can't stand that. Was there any other CW stuff that they showed they showed a clip from the finale for Titans. I need to catch up on that. I only saw the first 3 episodes. They were terrible, so just like the rest of the show. So I don't expect the rest of the season to be any better, especially since apparently they bring Hawk back. From what I've seen, apparently they bring him back after he blew up, or maybe it was a flashback or something. I don't know. Something happens, and it's already stupid. But the last thing is probably the weirdest thing. There were a few animated stuff that showed up. There were a lot of different Teen Titans Go trailers that were Teen Titans Go and Doom Patrol, Teen Titans Go and Wonder Woman. Yeah, you already shit on the Titans, why not shit on the Doom Patrol? But there was also something called Bat Wheels. What the what? It's basically centered around the Batmobile? No. Just, no. Apparently there's another Batman show coming out, which I guess is an extension of the animated series from the 90s that I haven't seen in years. I've been meaning to, go back and watch the Batman animated series, because apparently it's one of the greatest shows ever made. I haven't seen an episode of it in years, so I've yet to determine that. But, okay, might be interesting. So, overall, the DC fandom. Some stuff looks really cool. Some stuff looks incredibly stupid. Some looks kind of in between, and some looks outright bad. I think the Flash movie, the Batman, and Shazam 2 were probably the highlights for me. They actually look pretty cool. They look like they're actually DC's trying to step up their game. Black Adam, I think, is just going to suck. Aquaman 2, again, looks cool, but we saw what happened with Wonder Woman 2, so we'll have to find out. Super Pets looks awful. The video games look fine. The animated shows are stupid. I refuse to watch. I refuse to associate myself with Teen Titans Go. The CW is still a disaster, so I refuse to watch those, other than The Flash. Basically just because I'm waiting it out to see how bad the show gets before they finally say enough is enough. That's the only reason I'm watching the show anymore, is because I'm just waiting to see when they finally say enough is enough. Because it should have been enough 4 or 5 years. It should have been enough 4 or 5 years ago. After, Season 3, everything went downhill, they should have canceled it. Drop my ring. It was cool, it landed upright, though. I don't even know why I'm wearing this thing. So, yeah, that's DC Fandom. Thank you all so much for watching, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of all the stuff that came out of DC Fandom. I guarantee I'm going to get a ton of angry comments for shitting on Black Adam or fucking Super Pets. But, honestly, I don't care. The DC Extended Universe has been a shit show, and they better get better. Like I said, Flash looks cool, Aquaman 2 could be cool, Shazam 2 looks cool. Some of these just look lame. And it doesn't help with a Wonder Woman 3 apparently coming up, which will probably also be written by Patty Jenkins, who wrote the second movie. Did not write the first movie, though, I might add. Just directed it. She wrote and directed the second film. Yeah. And she'll probably write and direct the third film because she has an ego that large. So yeah, that's all I got for DC Fandom. Now I have to go tear into Disney Plus because there are some things on there that need retribution. That need to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit on. You'll see it. You'll see what I mean when the video comes out.